Yeah, well, this thing moves. Yeah. Hey guys, it's Hutch, Classic Car Addict, Mesa, Arizona. I got a brand new addiction for you. This is a 1987 Chrysler Conquest TSi. This one up against the Nissan Z's, the Supras, and even the Porsches. 1987, 2.6 liter, turbocharged, 5-speed manual, leather interior. It's got the turbo seat belts. It's got the 5-speed. I mean, it's even got the staggered wheels on it. And not only does it have the 2.6 turbocharged engine that was, well, just a measly 176 horsepower, this thing is beefed up and ready to go. Standalone fuel management that is just awesome. This thing rips. You definitely hear the turbo. It's got the blow off, all the good stuff with it. What we're going to do is go through the exterior, go through the interior, and take you on a test drive. Stay tuned. '87 Chrysler Conquest. This thing is just awesome. I love the turbo. Of course, this does have some upgrades. I don't have all the internals on it, but let's go through the exterior first. You can see paint is in decent shape. If you really get close, it definitely could be wet sanded to bring a lot more of the color out, but the color is actually in really good shape. And again, it's not perfect by any means, but you can see there are just a few little spots on it. Just want to show you exactly how this vehicle is so you know exactly what you're getting. And again, there's you know, a few things in here that definitely could be, I think, wet sanded out with a nice buff and polish, and it'd be looking really good all the way throughout with this one. And you can see, I mean, the color itself has actually got really nice color to it, shows really well. Now there are a few things going along right along here. You can see that that on the bumper, and there's one on the other side I'll show you as well. But I love the stagger on these rims. And then you can see here, these are from 16, so they are a little bit older for the wheel itself, but they're actually, the tire itself is actually in good shape. They look a lot better than 16. I might have to double check and see exactly what theirs is, but that looks like a DOT of 16. Here on the front, you got a 205, 55, 16. And then we just go through here. You know, there's a few little small defects. You know, got one little paint chips and a few little things like that. Limited edition, I like that, on the door handles. And then here, yeah, it looks like they're all matching, 16. Obviously, they got a stagger fitment. 225, 50, 16 in the rear. You see, tread is in good shape. Yeah, let's check and see. So, yeah, those are the same. So, you know, just a few things here with your back bumper, little things like that. Nothing big whatsoever, but you can just see nice little bit right there. But it does have a nice aggressive tone to it. And again, a little chip right there. I'm just going to go through and show you all of these. Rims are in decent shape. This one does have a little bit more curb rash than the other. And again, we do have matching tires all the way around, other than they are staggered. They're not square. 225, 50, 16 on the rear. And then coming up to this one, and got a little bit of curb rash. Usually passenger side always gets a little bit more than driver side. And then that's a 205, 55, 16. But then you got a few things here on the lower air dam. And then this is really the only big thing that's going on, that is right there. PDR could probably get this out. It's not going to fully do it. There's a little bit of cracking in the paint. Let's get to the engine. It's right there. And I'll show you the interior here in just a minute. Let's get into the engine. And there is a little bit of wiring going on. You definitely get that cleaned up a little bit. But overall, you can see they use new head gasket, new fuel management system. Now, it has not been fully tuned, so I recommend, before going crazy wild and trying to race anybody on the streets, that you do get that tuned. But overall, the fitment on the hood is really nice, and it runs out actually really well. I love the seat belt. And this is power windows. The seats are in great shape. Lots of functions with them. Rear seats as well. Really good shape here in the rear. We'll get those lights on. Lights do work. Turbo, oil pressure, and heat or coolant temperature does not work. Gas and battery speedometer do work. Mirrors, those work. And let's just make sure. Yep, those all work. Good thing is that AC, let's get this, AC does work. So we'll get that turned down. And then this is really cool too. So stereo and steering wheel controls do work. And it's got the little equalizer on that. Just overall, this one's really kind of grown on me. It's got some really cool things with it. Let's get into the trunk as well. That'll be right there. And it's got a couple. So in here a little bit, it's a little stiff right there, but not too bad, but shuts nice. And then here, getting into the trunk, these actually hold really well. Service manuals here, got some extra little supplies, and looks like this is a bumper cover there on the front. And spare tire. That's right, we got spare tire there in the rear. Yeah, that shuts just like it should. Coming over to the passenger side, everything is working. Again, we got here, let's go. So the windows are tinted, windows up and down, they do work. And then again, the seats are in such good shape. They really are. And it's not like it's crazy high miles by any means, but it's actually been very well cared for. You can even see here on the dash, that's in great shape. All the lights are working, all the good stuff with that. Got you guys buckled in. Horn works, and we got wipers. Oh yeah. Air is working great. It is nice and cool. So a couple things that were not fully working was the turbo gauge, the coolant gauge, and the oil pressure gauge. I know that those are not fully hooked up inside. They need some additional sensors, and if you're going to run like an additional kind of unit, then that would be, you know, something that you'd hook up through that. There is a brake light that is on, and then it is low on washer fluid. But overall, you know, this thing is actually really awesome. What I really like is the turbo. You get the turbo sound with it. There's a little bit of noise coming from the rear. That's just where the muffler, yeah, but this thing moves. Yeah, that muffler's not all the way, so it's hitting. Yeah. Oh, turbo cars are the best, that is for sure. This road's a little uneven there, but it handles really, really well. I'm really impressed also by the turbo kick. It's just got it. And if you haven't drove a turbo or had a turbo car, you have to get one. They are just impressive. They're awesome. This one with its fuel management, a good tune, and this thing would be screaming. Yeah. Clutch, everything feels really good with this one. Transmission shifts nice and smooth. It's just, you could use this as a daily. You could, you know, take it out every once in a while, whatever that you want to do with it. Now remember, we have over 300 photos. We have online financing, nationwide transport, all ClassicCarAddict.com. Thanks for watching. See you guys on the next one. All right, so we just got done with the test drive. Now we're doing the undercarriage. This is that 87 Chrysler Conquest TSi turbo, 2.6 liter. It's got ARP studs, lots of good upgrades. I don't have any information on the internals on the engine, but it definitely is built. It's got standalone fuel management, all the good stuff. 5-speed manual transmission. It does have your cat on there as well. And you can see the floor pans are in really, really good shape. No rot or deterioration. There is some oxidation going on some of the exposed metal, and then just back here on the rear drive shaft that you got. Subframes are all in good shape. This is a unibody, but you can see disc brakes all the way around. And again, the trunk pan and then all the floor pans, they're just in really good shape. So really good quality for its age. This one's available, ClassicCarAddict.com.